Okay, done. So I've started the recording and I will share the recording with all of you as well. I have disabled the chat. The reason behind that is that do not want any distractions for you guys when we will be covering the things. What happens is that students tend to message each other, send, ask for Instagram IDs, ask for Snapchat IDs. So for to do all that, if you have this intention, then there are good dating apps out there. You can use them, but do not spoil my session here. All right, so let us now begin the session. Let us begin the IELTS writing and speaking workshop by Prep Eve IELTS. All right. Okay, so welcome to this free 2 days workshop. So we will be having two sessions as a part of this. Today is 29th of January 2023. Today I will be covering IELTS writing with you. And tomorrow, 30th of January, I will be covering IELTS speaking. The IELTS speaking session will be going live at, at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So I will just, make a note of it here. And I will also drop the link and everything in the WhatsApp group, so you don't have to worry. And if you're not a part of any of the WhatsApp groups, then you will receive an SMS just the way you received it for today, okay? So IELTS speaking workshop will be held tomorrow at 5 p.m. Right now, we will be covering IELTS writing today. Okay, so let's begin with a quick and formal introduction of Prep Eve, of myself, so that you guys at least know who you are listening to. It will help you build your confidence into giving me your time. Okay, so we have been helping students prepare for the IELTS test since the last 3 years, and in the last 3 years, we have helped more than 100,000 students with the help of our YouTube channel. In fact, the number right now is 120,000 people who follow us on YouTube. And my videos have been watched by close to 2 million students who are basically preparing for the IELTS test and who are looking forward to getting a better band score in that. I will be sharing the link of our YouTube channel now in the chat box. So we will be posting a lot of content in the upcoming days on this channel. So I would highly recommend you to subscribe to it. It will really help you in getting some tips and tricks that will help you crack the IELTS test. So I recently posted a video on connectors for IELTS, and then we have a lot of success stories of the students who have basically prepared for the IELTS test with Prep Eve and have managed to get their desired band score. So we specialize in helping the IELTS GT students get 8777 or above for their PR, for their permanent residence or immigration purposes. And as far as IELTS academic is concerned, we have a success rate of close to 90%, 90 to 93%. That means that if 100 students have enrolled into our IELTS academic course, every month, out of that 92 to 93 have got their desired score. So we are proud of that. We have a team that is working day and night. We have a team that is trying to produce the best possible results, and we are on a goal of building the most result-oriented IELTS academy. And we have been offering online classes only. We do not offer any offline classes. And the purpose behind this webinar is so that you guys get to experience that online classes can be good as well. At times, students think that online classes, nah, right? But it's not the case. We have been offering it since 2019, producing brilliant results. So what I would recommend is to attend this session. Judge us, judge me, how we teach, how we take the things forward. And then if you think that it's great, it's something that you like, then you are good to go and enroll into our classes. We have a team of 16 trainers right now, and every trainer has a minimum of 2 years experience when it comes to preparing for the IELTS test. We maintain a student to teacher ratio of 7:1. So for 7 students, we have one trainer, we have one student available who is basically divided over the students to evaluate the writings, check speakings, etc. So we'll talk about all those things later on. We are certified by British Council. IDP Sanjita happens to be my partner in this business, and that's me, Harit. So I am one of the world's only few CELPIP certified trainers. A quick personal introduction about the team. So on the left-hand side, that's me, Harit. I am an engineer from Punjab University, Chandigarh. And after that, I was working for some time. I decided to immigrate to Canada around 3.5 years back. When I talked to the immigration consultants, when I talked to the IELTS coaches out there, I could smell one thing. I'm not going to use the word here, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So then I decided that, okay, I will have to figure it out on my own. We figured it out on our own. And as of today, reside in Canada as a permanent resident. I am a teacher and guide by heart, and I am pursuing a Master's of Business Entrepreneurship and Technology at University of Waterloo, which happens to be the most comprehensive, research-based comprehensive university in Canada. We rank in the top universities every year. And I have won 2 scholarships while I'm pursuing a master's at University of Waterloo. I am a teaching assistant here as well, and I have scored CLB 10 and IELTS 3 times. And using my strategies, more than 100,000 students have managed to get their desired score. So whatever the learnings are from my own experience and from the students, I'm going to teach them to you today. My partner is Sanjita, who is a master's in psychology by her education, but she's a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. She's IDP, BC, and CELPEP certified IELTS trainer, and she has scored CLB 10 in her IELTS as well. And more than 100,000, I would say more than 150,000 students have prepared for IELTS under the guidance of Sanjita. Okay, so our students love us. You can check our reviews on Prepeef. If you go on our Google listing, you can just check our reviews. Okay, so it has been almost 8 minutes since we started. I know some of you might be getting furious that sort of shuru karo, but the main purpose behind the introduction is that whatever you are facing right now, whatever you are going through right now, and whatever you will be going through in the future, we have done that, we have experienced that. And we know what your pains are. We know how to turn that pain into pleasure. We know how to solve whatever you're trying to solve right now. So I hope that helps you build some confidence. Now let us begin. Let us get into the main agenda for the day, which is IELTS writing. So as far as IELTS writing is concerned, I believe that most of you know that there are 2 components in IELTS writing, task 1 and task 2. The task 1 is letter writing if you are a candidate preparing for IELTS GT, and the task 1 is report writing if you are preparing for IELTS academic. But the task 2 for GT and academic both is essay writing. So I will be focusing on essay writing today because I know that there is a mix of GT and academic students here. Essay writing is absolutely the same. The parameters are the same. The type of questions are the same. There is no difference whatsoever when it comes to essay writing. So we will be covering essay writing today. What we are going to learn is, first of all, how do you analyze an essay question? And while you're analyzing an essay question, how to generate ideas for that. So I know a lot of you get stuck. You're starting to write an essay and then you get stuck that, okay, what exactly do I have to write in here? So we will be covering a strategy, a trick with which you can generate as many ideas as you want for an essay. After that, we will be moving on to understanding the structure. Okay, once the ideas have been generated, now those ideas need to be put in a structure, right? And to put them in a structure, we have a sentence by sentence map that you can use in order to just write the whole essay in 17-18 sentences. And then finally, whatever we have learned, we will be applying that. We will be applying all of that learning by writing an actual essay. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. This is what we are supposed to do. Let us now begin with our IELTS writing workshop for now. Okay, so these are the 3 things that we will be doing today over the next 2 hours. So we will wrap the session by say 9:15 p.m. before I see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. again. But we will cover most of this by then. Okay, so first of all, whenever you will see an essay question, obviously the very first thing that you need to do is to come up with ideas to write down that question. Because without having relevant ideas in hand, without having relevant ideas at play, how can you simply write an essay question? So you need to generate at least 4 ideas for each essay. The reason behind 4 ideas is that there are 4 paragraphs in your essay: the introductory paragraph, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and finally the conclusion. The body paragraph 1 and the body paragraph 2 will basically be having 2 ideas each. Okay, so let's take an example. If the examiner has asked you what are the advantages and disadvantages of a particular thing, then we will write 2 advantages in 1 paragraph. We will write down 2 disadvantages in the other paragraph, which would be body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2 respectively. So you have to generate at least 4 ideas. Ideas should be absolutely relevant. Even if one idea is irrelevant, listen to me very, very, very carefully here. Even if one idea is irrelevant, even if one idea is deviating away from what the question is asking you, you will be losing marks. So what happens is that uh, when the IELTS examiners are evaluating your essay, they are evaluating you on 4 parameters. Number 1 is task response. Number 2 is coherence cohesion. Number 3 is lexical resource. Number 4 is grammatical range and accuracy. To understand them deeply and to prepare for them deeply, you either do your own research or you can join our classes in which we will be covering all of them anyway. Now, what's task response? Task response is the parameter which says that how well are you responding to the task. Now, the simple thing is that, say, if I talk about the other 3 parameters like grammatical range and accuracy, coherence, cohesion, lexical resource, it is not really, that easy. It is not really, that convenient to score a high score in there. You will most likely be getting an average score till the time you do not have brilliant English skills. So let's say that you have average English skills. Let's just say that. Then task response is that parameter whereby generating relevant ideas, you can boost your overall score. Okay, so let's say if my score in grammatical range and accuracy, CC, and coherence, cohesion, and the lexical resources 666 each. Example. Now what I can do is I can score a 9 in task response, and that boosts my overall score to 7. Okay, so that is why the students who are preparing for IELTS GT, right? Generally, when they come up, they ask us that, sir, I want a 7 band in writing. I'm stuck at 6.5. I've taken it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I'm just stuck at 6.5. Tell me what kind of word should I use. Please tell me, what collocations should I use. Please tell me, which connector should I use. Before everything, we just ask them to give us an essay. Let us go through it. And when we check the essay, we realize that the fundamental task response is so weak. So your idea has to be 100% relevant to the question. Okay. And tomorrow, when I will be covering IELTS speaking, I will be talking about this again in a different context. So I want you to remember that, the idea has to be 100% relevant. Tomorrow, when I will be teaching you IELTS speaking, I will ask you what's the difference in how we approach speaking and what's the difference in how we approach writing. So keep this thing in mind. Okay, tomorrow I will be asking. Third is understand the question in detail. Do not blindly follow the keywords. So there's a common problem with students that they just underline the keywords, and whatever comes to their mind, they write down the whole essay about the keywords. They come back, they say that, sir, bada badhiya paper gaya. Sare mein, that the exam was amazing. I understood everything in it. I, got to basically write the keywords, and, whatever came to my mind, I wrote it. Okay, great. But then what happens is a score of 5.5 or a score of 6.5. Why? Because you have to look at the question comprehensively. You do not just answer the question based on the keywords blindly. You have to look at the question comprehensively as it comes. Fourth is, let's learn a magic formula. Okay, so now let us learn a magic formula on how you can generate ideas for your essay. Guys, now we will be talking about the story. We'll be talking about the story. I want you all to listen to the story, enjoy it, right? Relax, sit back and listen to the story, and it will, really help you in making up the ideas. Okay, done. So let's begin. Let's say that there's this guy. Let's name him Rahul. Okay, such a common name. Let's name him Ayan. All right, that's my nephew's name. So let's name this guy Ayan. Done. Now, Ayan is attracted to a girl in his college, in his school, wherever. Let's say that the name of that girl is Ayani. Okay, so Ayan is attracted to Ayani. Done. Now, Ayan, wants to ask her out. Right? Ayan wants to ask, Ayani, would you like to go on a coffee with me? Ayani, would you like to go on a date with me or whatever, right? And guess what? He finally asks. Although he's my nephew, I am sure, looking at the genes that I have, वो बेचारा नहीं कर पाएगा, but let's say that, he does it, that he gets the confidence and he asks, Ayani out. Done. And Ayani agrees. Ayani says that, okay, done, Ayan. चलते हैं हम CCD और कॉफी भी खाते हैं, right? Here Starbucks चलते हैं. in bachchon ne to paise hi phukne, so let's go to Starbucks and let's have a nice coffee there. Okay, done. Now Ayan has to get ready for the date. It's a special day, right? He's really attracted to Ayani, and she has agreed. He really wants to go and impress her. He really wants to impress her. Now Ayan opens his closet at his home. Okay, and he wants to wear his black shirt, blue trousers, the ones that look the best on him. He wants to wear them. He opens his closet and the closet looks like this. I mean, just look at it. Although my closet is in a similar shape right now, but let's say that the closet looks like this. Now, when Ayan will be picking up the blue shirt, or let's say the black shirt and the blue trousers from this, let's say when Ayan will be picking it up, just imagine what would be the condition of that. First of all, it's going to take him a lot of time to find out that, black shirt and blue trousers. And even after taking a lot of time to do that, he will basically have to, even after taking a lot of time to find out that, the shirt would be crushed, the trouser would be crushed. It's not going to look good on him at all. Right? Ayani is not going to be impressed. That's one way of picking up clothes out of a closet. Just keep listening to the story. You will connect the dots in a while. Now let's take another example. And another example can be that, say, Ayan has an organized closet like this. Here you have the, black shirts or all the different shirts. Here you have the trousers. Here you have everything else. He goes, black shirt, blue trouser, wears it, ready to go. Impresses Ayani, right? Now, when we are searching for ideas in our brain, after looking at the essay question, we have to approach it the same way Ayan is looking for clothes in his closet. Either Ayan can look for clothes like this, spend time, come up with crushed, ugly clothes, or he can organize the closet, or he can keep it organized like this so that it takes him a minute to come, to just find out the clothes. When we look at the essay question, we try to dive into this mess that's our brain. You try to dive into it and generate ideas. It's never going to work. You will get lost in your own thoughts. Okay. The correct way to deal with it is we will be analyzing our essay question on the following 7 angles. Okay. So this is the magic formula that I was talking about. We will be organizing our ideas just like this closet, right? This beautifully designed closet where this is, let's say, P, this is E, this is S, this is T, H, E, L, which stands for psychological, economic / financial, socio-cultural, tech, health, environmental, legal. Every topic in the world, every question in the world can pretty much be evaluated on the following 7 angles. Okay, let's say you want to leave India. Okay, let's say you want to leave India. What are the psychological factors behind you leaving India? Maybe you're stressed. Maybe you have a lot of stress coming from your family. Maybe you have a lot of stress coming from the work. Maybe you're sick of the culture, whatever, right? Second is the economic / financial angle. Now, as far as economic or financial angle is concerned, it can simply be that you want to make more money. You're leaving your home country or leaving your hometown because you want to, earn in a better currency so that you can save more for your future. What could be the socio-cultural angle? Maybe you belong to a certain community that feels vulnerable there. You want to move out, or maybe you are basically not really comfortable with the type of society that India is. Maybe you're not really comfortable with the cultural context, anything of that sort, right? Fourth is the technological angle. Now, what's technological angle? Maybe you want to experience better infrastructure. Maybe you want to experience better roads. You're just you're not happy with where you live. You think that it's too backward, whatever, right? So the tech angle can be that. What can come in the health angle? In health angle, you can talk about that, in India, there's a lot of pollution. Here, air quality index in Waterloo is 1. In Chandigarh, it's 350. I keep checking that, so I know. So yeah, there's stark difference between the quality of the air that you're breathing, which directly impacts your health. Then there's an environmental angle. Yet again, I think it would be similar to what the health angle is, that it's cleaner, it's pure, etc., etc. And then the last one is law slash regulation angle. Now, law slash regulation angle can be that you find that in India it's very unsafe, right? It's unsafe, anything can happen at any time, but you feel that when you will be living, especially for women, if you are living in a better country, then you might be feeling safe, you might be feeling safer as from the miscreants of the law. So we analyzed this simple decision of yours of moving to Canada or anywhere else in the world over these 7 angles. And this is exactly how we are going to evaluate or analyze our essay question. And when we end up doing that, what happens is we come up with highly relevant, precise ideas for our essay. Okay, so let's take an example. And the example that I am taking up, this is the question that we will be writing today as well. Give me a second, guys. Finding out to the question. I'm finding out the question. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will just do a quick Google search and try to find a random question, and then we will try to so I'm just going to pick up any random question that comes in front of me. Okay, done. So this is the question that we will be addressing, which says that some people think that developments involving the internet have brought people together, while others think that people and communities have become more isolated. Okay, discuss both views and give your opinion. So first of all, this question, what is it asking us to do? It is asking us to discuss both the views. So one view is that some people think that development has brought people together, internet has brought people together, and others think that it has made people more isolated. Okay, so this is what the question is asking us. Some people think that internet has brought people together, other think that communities have become more isolated. Okay, so what we will do is we will write down pestle here, and then we will come up with two ideas in support of how internet has brought people together, and two ideas in support of how it has basically made people isolated. Okay, how internet has brought people together. Okay, so is there an is there a psychological angle behind how internet has brought people together? What do you think? Is there a psychological angle behind how internet has brought people together? I would say that internet, there's a psychological angle, how it has isolated people. So for now, we are talking about how internet has brought people together. So I will simply say that let's move on to the second angle. Is there any economic or financial angle behind how internet has brought people together? Right? That how internet has brought people closer together. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Right now I am 20,000, almost 15,000 kilometers away from you, and you guys are learning from me. So internet has brought people together. You might be having colleagues that are working in the US, UK, Ireland, I don't know where, and you're working in India. Internet has brought people together on an economic front, right? So we can say remote jobs have help individuals build international relations, right? Build people-to-people relations internationally. So it has basically helped people to, know people from different parts of the world, etc. Then is there a social angle behind how internet has brought people together. 100% of the whole social media, right? Social media and VoIP apps. So VoIP apps are, for example, WhatsApp audio, WhatsApp video, FaceTime, etc. And VoIP apps have, made it easier to stay connected to loved ones, right? So it has made it easier for the, for to basically stay connected to the loved ones. Okay, done. The next one is how internet has pushed people away, or made the world isolated. So first of all, what can be a psychological reason behind how internet has made people isolated? It's simply that people don't socialize because they are happy scrolling the screen all day. So yesterday, I literally spent the whole day sitting here in front of the screen, playing games, etc. My friends were outside and I can relate with it, right? And then, when I woke up today morning, then I had a very bad mood. Then I am like that, first you do not do what you're supposed to do, and then you feel just sad about it. So sharing my side of the story here, but people don't socialize because they're happy scrolling the screen all day. So they are becoming isolated because of that, right? They're like that, okay, chal raha hai, main badhiya ghar pe baitha hu. And it gives them stress, it gives them anxiety, all the things that are there in the world, right? Then the second is, how has internet, pushed people away? So psychological angle done. Is there any economic/financial angle how internet has pushed people away? I don't. In fact, if you think about it, then there is, and so since a lot of jobs are becoming remote, people don't interact with colleagues as much as in an office setting, right? So if we use the point that remote jobs have helped people build better connections globally, at the same time, since jobs are happening online over the internet, etc., people are not becoming friends with their colleagues, right? End of the day, or even if they are, the relationships are not as strong as they can be. So for example, just imagine the scenario that you are just imagine the scenario that, let's say, you are in an office. You make friends, right? You talk about your problems, you share your problems with your friends, with the colleagues, other colleagues, the people who have like-minded interests like you, etc., etc., right? So this is what is about how internet has made the world isolated. Okay, so this one is more of an economic angle, this one is also more of an economic angle, this one's social angle, and this one's a psychological angle. Okay, now another thing is that as far as tech, health, environmental, and legal angle is concerned, you can brainstorm. So let me help you. For example, what can be an environmental angle behind how internet has brought people together? Let's say that. So simply speaking, people are a part of different online movements about sustainability, about helping the environment, about growing more trees, etc., etc. What could be the legal/the law angle behind how internet has brought people together or how internet has isolated people? So legal angle, I would say there's a negative that is coming to my mind right now, and that negative angle can be that because of internet, because of the frauds that happen on the internet, we have actually developed trust issues, right? So honestly, it's very hard for me to trust anyone because I have been scammed once over the web. And I know my friends who have been scammed really bad over the internet. So it's very, very difficult for me to trust anyone, even in the real life, right? Even if I'm outside and I have to trust someone, it takes me a lot of time. So this is how you can basically generate ideas for your essay using the formula best help. Okay, so I would like to reflect upon whatever we have learned till now. So I know that there must be a few students who have attended one of my sessions before. At least 10, 15, 20% students are the same. But those of you who are attending the session for the first time, did you guys get an understanding of how we can use pestle? Yes or no? And what do you think? What do you think? What's the reason, that you think that this can help you generate better ideas? Tell me. So I want you to write down, why do you think, or what do you think that, this will help you generate better ideas? Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please explain academic report writing to just a short idea on that. Robin, you can check out our videos on, what about other types of essay questions? So Abhijit, you can use this on any essay question, right? Let's take an example that the question is, some people think that development involving the internet have brought people closer together, while other things that people and communities have become more isolated. And then let's say the question is, what is your opinion? And you want to, just agree 100% with that internet has brought people together. So we have two ideas of how internet has brought people together. Just think a little bit more, use pestle itself, and you can come up with two more ideas and just write down the whole essay on that. So pestle can be used on any and every question type. Please tell me how to write introduction. Don't worry about it. I will be writing down an essay shortly in which I will show you everything on how to write an introduction, conclusion, everything. Okay, great. It can help us imagine in a structured manner. Very good, Satyal. That was important. That is exactly what the purpose of it is. Sir, please ye bata do opinion ka BP banega. No, Piyush, you write down your, like for me, the strategy that I follow is I write down the opinion in the introductory paragraph and then I reiterate that in the concluding paragraph. Agree and disagree will be same with opinion based. Yeah, pretty much. When you, because if you look at it, if they're agreeing or if they're asking you to agree or disagree, it's opinion. What can we can view the topic from many perspectives, so it will help us generate more ideas. Very good, perfect, right? Awesome. Is this work on all kinds of essays? 100%. It will work on all kinds of essays. Okay. It will work on all the different types of essays that are out there. In fact, it will work on every essay question that you will get. Both views are not contrasting each other. So, Krishna, it is not important that this contrasts this and this contrasts this. You have to share, ideas, and you have to share opinion of, why do people think that internet has, made people isolated? And it can go on a different spectrum as compared to, the view on why people think that internet has brought people together. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that, it should exactly be opposite of this. No, it is not important. It is not required. We can write the key points and expand further using pestle. Very good. You can do that as well, Rituja. But what I would recommend is to actually generate the ideas itself using pestle and then expand these ideas using the PEE formula that I will be teaching you shortly. Okay, I will be teaching you the PEE formula shortly. So you can just follow that and expand these ideas itself. Okay, all right, done. So coming back to our presentation. Okay, so now a couple of things, right? It is not important for you to analyze every question on all the 7 angles. We are looking for 4 ideas. The moment we are able to generate 4 ideas out of pestle, our job is done. So it is not important that you go basically, just that you just try to analyze every question on all the 7 angles. Not at all important. Second is even 2-3 angles are enough to reach the target of 4 ideas. So even if you will write basically, like even if you will, like for example, in the question that we just practiced, we use the psychological, economic, and social angle, right? That's it. We did not even use THEL. So if you are not using the others 4 angles, 3 angles, 2 angles, it's okay. Till the time you have generated 4 ideas, your job is done. Make sure that you improvise. It is important for you to improvise. That means that based on the question, you might have to modify your strategy a little bit. For this, honestly, the best strategy is that you get your essays checked. Till the time you're not getting your essays checked, no one can tell you whether you're thinking in the right direction or not. So it's important for you to get your essays checked from a trained professional. Okay, done. Let us now move on to writing down the essay. Okay, that how do you actually write down an essay? And while we are learning that, I will be giving you 5 examiner approved tips. When I say examiner approved tips, so one of my relatives, obviously I cannot take the name, happens to be an IELTS examiner in India. So when we started Preppy around 3.5 years back, we met her and we discussed that this is what we want to do. These are the strategies that we will be focusing on, etc., etc. So that is what we did. But then after acquiring some experience, etc., we had a word with her and we talked about that, what are the give us some tips that we can give to our students, give us some tips that that can help our students score a better score. So after talking to her, she told us that there are 4 or 5 things that generally a lot of students are not doing, but the IELTS examiners are specifically looking for them. Okay, there are a couple of things that the students are not doing, but the examiners are specifically looking for them. What are those 5 things? I will just talk about them shortly. Okay, but before that, let us understand that how we can write down the essay. All right, so let's get back to Ayan and Ayani, right? So I hope that you guys remember the story of Ayan and Ayani that we just discussed. So now the situation is that Ayan is ready. Ayan is ready. Ayan has, found the clothes that he wanted to wear. He is wearing those clothes now and he is confident and ready to go for the date of his life. And when he's about to go there, he leaves his home and now say that he has to go to Cafe Coffee Day, Sector 35, Chandigarh. Example, right? I know no one goes to CCD anymore. There are better options now, or Starbucks, whatever. But let's say he wants to go there. That is where the date is. He gets out of his home, and after getting out, he just starts driving or he's walking, and he asks people, Sector 35 किस side है? Which side is Sector 35? Then someone tells him, go straight, then take a right. He goes a little straight and then asks another person, which side is Sector 35? You go here, right? Then he walks a little bit more, then he asks, which side is Cafe Coffee Day, right? Etc. It just keeps on continuing, right? He just keeps on asking people. That is how we used to navigate a few years ago. If you remember, when you're driving, then we used to ask people, Bhaiya ye kahan hai? Bhaiya wo kahan hai, right? What were the problems with that? What were the problems with navigating like that? Okay, tell me in the chat box, what was the problem with navigating like that? That you just keep on asking people when you're going somewhere, after one turn, two turn, you just ask, right? Wrong information, time consuming, too many instructions, good, different information, confusion, very good, very good, very good. Wrong information, irritating, misguiding, unwanted information, shortcuts, no use, very good, right? Not proficient information leading to nowhere. Good, very good. I have a class of very smart people today, right? Okay, so Gil Saab, listen to what I'm teaching right now. ये सीख लो, ये सब जो आपकी क्वेरीज है कोई भी एड्रेस कर देगा, लेकिन जो अभी समझा रहा हूँ दुनिया में कोई नहीं समझा पाया, समझ लो, ठीक है? Okay, so now as far as navigating is concerned, if you're navigating like this, that you just ask people, and after every turn you're asking people where to go, left, right, center, whatever, it's gonna be what? Tough. It's gonna be what? Difficult. It's gonna be time consuming. It's gonna be confusing, irritating. All the negative words in the world, it's gonna be all that, right? So now let us look at how Ayan should actually navigate. Panjay, Google Maps, yaar, right? Google Maps kholo, डालो यार CCD 35 and he starts, walking. बता देगा, आंटी बोल देगी, जो Google Maps वाली आंटी होती है, 500 मीटर के बाद दाएं मुड़े, 300 मीटर के बाद बाएं मुड़े, 1.5 किलोमीटर अपना मुंह आगे रख के सीधा चले, right? So it will keep on telling Ayan that this is where you have to go, that is where you have to go. And by using this, what's going to happen? Ayan will reach on time. So Ayan will reach the place where he has his date on time. वो आराम से 3 बजे 4 बजे पहुंच जाएगा जिस time पे date है बढ़िया, and he will be there, and Ayani will be impressed, responsible and a punctual man. I like him, right? So that is how you will basically navigate. You will navigate using Google Maps, right? In today's world. So where's your Google Map when you're writing your essay? If I ask you this, what do? Question, idea, chalo likhna shuru kar dete hain. Where's your map? So today I am going to gift you the map that you can use to write down your essay. And the map looks like this. Okay. So in this, first of all, you need to notice, the very first thing that you need to notice is that we have 4 paragraphs. This is the introduction paragraph. This is the body paragraph 1. This is the body paragraph 2. And finally, this is the conclusion. Intro, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and then conclusion. So we have 4 ideas with us, 4 paragraphs with us right now. Now, how will we be writing down the actual, paragraphs? So for introduction, we will have 3 sentences. Write a general statement. That would also be a hook line. Next would be rewrite the question prompt in your own words. That simply means that you have to basically paraphrase the question statement, and then finally you have to outline the statement with or without thesis. Okay. So thesis is what? Thesis is your opinion. Thesis is what you think about a particular question. Generally, the thesis statement comes only in the case when the examiner is asking for your opinion. If the IELTS examiner is not asking for your opinion in the question, you do not have to share your thesis. But if they are asking for your opinion, for example, someone mentioned that is agreeing or disagreeing also opinion. Yes, it's an opinion. So you have to write down your thesis statement here. That what do you think about it? Whether you agree, whether you disagree, completely agree, partially agree, etc., etc. So that is what will come in the sentence 3. All right. Then when you start writing down the body paragraph 1, the very first sentence is going to be headline sentence. Then we will have a discourse marker. What's a discourse marker? We will talk about it shortly. Your idea 1. Now listen to me very carefully, all of you. I will clap for you to wake up. So we have to follow the formula, or we have to follow the strategy of PEE. So PEE stands for point, explain, example. Point, explain, example. So point, explain, and example basically means your idea, then explanation of that idea, and then finally an example or an evidence of that idea. Okay. So idea, explanation, and example. Your idea, what is it? The points that we wrote, the ideas that we generated out of Pestle, they are our points. Then your explanation and your example is going to be something that you have to write, something that you have to come up with. Then we will have a connector here. What are the different type of connectors? I will shortly discuss them. Then you have the idea 2, getting in something that we generated from Pestle. Then we have evidence and explanation of idea 2. And then finally you have the sentence 6, closing sentence. Just the way there was a headline sentence, here we will have a closing sentence in the end as well. And then we will have the body paragraph 2, which will have exactly the same structure as body paragraph 1. So if you have, pretty much remembered the structure of body paragraph 1, I don't say that you will be able to remember it just by looking at it. Obviously, you will have to spend time. You will have to go through it multiple times. You will have to practice it like 10, 20, 15 times. Only then you will, remember this by heart. But say that, we are able to remember this. The structure of body paragraph 2 is absolutely the same. So if you look at it, it begins with a headline sentence, then you have a discourse marker, then you have the next idea, then explanation and evidence, then you have a connector in here, then you have the next idea, evidence and explanation, and then finally you have the closing sentence. So we have the following things when it comes to body paragraph 2, similar to body paragraph 1. Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, absolutely the same. And then finally we have the closing sentence, which is basically, this essay discussed para 1 and para 2. It's just so what I'm going to do is, when I will be writing down the essay in like 10 minutes, then I will explain this on the go. Okay, that would be the best. But what I would recommend you to do is to take a screenshot of it. Although I will be sharing a recording of the session as well, but obviously you're not going to refer to the whole recording later on. So take a screenshot of this because this is very important. Let me clear the annotations. Okay, take a screenshot if you want and keep it. Okay, good, perfect, done. All right. So where are we right now? Let's quickly do a reflection of what we have learned till now in the last 50 minutes. Number one, we learned a lot about Prep Eve and you learned a lot about me. We took 10 minutes on that. Sorry for that. After that, we have learned that how will we be generating ideas for our essay. So we will be generating it using Pestle. Once we have used Pestle to generate the ideas, we are done. We are done with the ideas. Then we have learned that how do we, then we have basically learned that how do we write down those ideas into an essay. So the ideas have been generated, but obviously they have to be, translated into a proper essay. So we have learned what about that. We have, looked at the structure, that how will we be doing that. Now we will be moving on to actually writing down the essay. But before we start that, before we start writing down the essay, before we actually get into it, what I want to do is let's have a quick doubt session of say 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I will try to address as many doubts. It would be rapid fire. You post your query, I will address. And after that, we will take a break of 2 minutes and then we will come back because I want, that you are focused, 100% focused when we are writing down the essay. So we will take a break, you go grab water and all. Then we will come back and write down the essay. Okay, I hope that sounds good. So now, quick rapid fire doubt session. Post your query in the chat box and I will reply back to you. I will try to reply back to as many as possible. If I'm not able to reply back to you, I will be sharing my direct WhatsApp number with you. You can drop me a message. I will share that by the end of the session. Okay, cool, done. So tell me the doubt that you have right now or any question that you have right now in all the things that we have discussed. Types of essays. So Nikhil, types of essays is something that we will not be covering today. It requires a lot of time. Every essay type requires at least one class to cover properly. Enroll into our classes. I will share the details by the end of this webinar. In that, you can enroll into it and you can cover all the types of essays. How to use connectors. Neha, you will learn about them and I will be writing down this essay. So, I will explain it on the go. Is the map the same for all the questions? Yes, pretty much. So it's just gonna let's say you will have to improvise. Example, if the question is not asking for your opinion, then you just write the outline statement. You do not write the thesis statement. What's an outline statement, etc.? We will talk about it. Alhamad, total 4 ideas is enough. 100%. More than that is not going to make sense. PEE means point, explain, example, Sana. PEE, point, explain, example. So you write down your point, then you explain it, then you give example of it. Number of essays, I didn't get your query. Sir, this way will work for every type of essay, 100%. Nice, sir. Thank you so much, Siddiqui. Can we write already used ideas? If you will repeat the ideas that you have, already used, then that would basically not be good because you will end up repeating your words. And if you will end up repeating your words, you will lose marks in task response. Please explain about PEE again. So PEE is point, explain, example. So the point is your idea. So if you remember the idea that we wrote here, remote jobs have helped individuals build people-to-people relations internationally. Let's explain it. P is point. What's going to be the explanation? The explanation would be how is it helping, right? Nowadays, the colleagues from different parts of the world are collaborating together on a project that helps them build relations with each other virtually itself, right? So that is what explanation is. So what can be an example? For instance, most of the tech companies work in one such way. Okay, so that's going to be an example. What is this session about? Nothing. We are just, discussing about how to stay happy in life. Keep attending that. Okay, so tell us basic things that reduce our marks. I will just share the things that increase your marks. Reduce, we dekh lenge. Let's look at the things that increase our marks. Okay, So, dear sir, which test is it, PT or IELTS? I don't know. For me, IELTS is okay. So, what if we write 500 words? You will end up wasting a lot of time. The word limit is 250 words. So, the target range should be 270 to 280 words. Anything more than 270 to 280 words would be a waste of time. Because you want to keep some time in the end to evaluate as well, right? So, let me help you understand something. The approach that I recommend to all of you is to follow the 5-25-10 approach. 5-25-10 means 5 minutes to 5 minutes to basically, understand and ideate. So in 5 minutes, you understand the question, you use pistol to generate the ideas. Then you have 25 minutes to write. So the whole essay, 250 words, 10 words per minute. I'm not asking for a lot, okay? Then 10 minutes to edit. So now the thing is that if you will write 500 words, तो क्या होगा कि ये जो 25 मिनट है ना ये बन जाएंगे 40. एंड में पैनिक करोगे कि यार मैंने तो एडिट ही नहीं किया, मैंने तो गलतियां नहीं देखी, एंड 15,500 रुपए फिर से देने पड़ जाएंगे टेस्ट के लिए. ठीक है? सो 500 तक जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Although even if you write 1,000 words in the essay, the examiner is not going to deduct your marks, but your strategy is becoming weaker like that. Okay? It's not going to benefit you. It's only and only going to hamper you. Okay, what are the other questions that we have? Psychological angle, can you explain? So psychological angle can talk about things like motivation, stress, habits, etc. So for example, let's say there's a question about, whether you should buy a home or you should rent a home. Now, in that question, you can simply talk about the psychological angle as that it brings peace of mind to a person, or it makes a person feel secure if they have a house on their head. That is it. Adding idioms can increase the band? No, honestly, I don't think that idioms make any difference. MK's iPhone is asking how they count bands in writing. Sure. So MK, there are four parameters on which they evaluate your essay. You have task response, you have lexical resource, you have grammatical range and accuracy, and you have coherence and cohesion. Okay. Now these four parameters are subdivided into 17 points. Let me actually show you something. So what I'm going to show you now is the official checklist of the IELTS examiners. So when they're evaluating your essay, they have this exact checklist in their hand. They refer to this and they use it when they're evaluating your essay. Okay. So wait. Okay, cool. So we have under task response these 4 points. Fully addresses all parts of the task, presents a fully developed position answer to the question, gives relevant, fully extended and well-supported ideas, and then writes using the correct format. Then about cohesion and coherence, you have uses paragraphing sufficiently and appropriately, presents a clear central topic within each paragraph, sequences information and ideas logically, etc., etc. Honestly, it takes around an hour just to discuss these points. But what I can tell you is that when you are preparing with us, whenever you are, preparing with Preppy IELTS, our whole course has been designed around this checklist. Okay, this whole checklist we have used and we have, analyzed it and then designed the whole course around this checklist, the one that exists in front of you right now. Okay, so this is what the IELTS, writing checklist looks like, and this is how we can be. This is basically the, this is how they evaluate you. Since MK is asking ki evaluate hota kaise hai, the examiner will be giving you a score on each of these points, and then once they have, given you a score on each of these points, in the end they will compute the overall score. So it's important for you to understand each of these and act upon it. Okay, it's very important to do that. And you don't have to do it yourself. We have spent 3 years analyzing this thing. Whatever you will be learning from us will automatically help you fulfill all these points. Every single point that has been discussed here. Okay. All right, done. So let us move on to the next part of the webinar. I know that a lot of doubts went unaddressed, but don't worry, I will be sharing my WhatsApp number with you by the end of this session. Write down your doubt somewhere. You can WhatsApp it to me later on and I will reply back to you in a few hours, okay? Because I will have to have my breakfast and all after the session is done. But you can send me your message and I will reply back to you in a while. Cool. Okay, so now let's do a thing. It's 9:28 here. That means that it's 8 p.m. in India. Let's take a break of 2 to 3 minutes. I need to stretch a little bit. My neck starts to hurt if I keep sitting for a long period of time. So let's take a quick break and then let's be back and resume with writing down our essay. And I will be beginning with 5 tips with how you start your essay, and then we will be moving on to the other things. Cool? Okay. So 2 minutes to 3 minutes break. Let's resume at 8:01. Okay, then back on time. Let me just make sure that I am not too much zoomed up into the screen or something. Let me analyze it here a bit. Okay, looks good now. Great. Oh, so how is your experience till now? Learning? So what's the most important thing that you've learned till now? Mention that in the chat box, reflect upon it. What's the most important thing that you have learned? Best explanation ever. The story of EG. Thank you. I wanted to hear that. Awesome. Great. Okay. So structuring. So good to learn. The main thing is to generate ideas. Very good. Perfect. The good thing is not to generate the ideas. Then we have to, turn those ideas into an essay. So main thing we will be learning now. Shortcuts, Pestel, no PE, ideas generation. Perfect. You have made writing easy and interesting. Awesome. Good to know that. Time management, fun and ideal. Great. Blessed to have such, sir. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Kajal. Okay. So if we apply Pestel, good opinion, their body, I am gonna appear in my exam after watching this class, sir. All the best, Ajay. I'm sure you will do well. Can you please explain time management? Yes, time management, I told you exactly the structure that we have to refer to. 5, 25, 10. Remember it. 525, 10. That is 5 minutes to understand and ideate, 25 minutes to write, 10 minutes to edit. So whenever you are practicing, like if you are in the practicing stage right now, in yourself 40 minutes पूरे दो ऐसे को 5 minutes सिर्फ सोचो 5 minutes I just want you to spend time ideating. Focus on it. Just focus on the question, bloody damn question. Apply pistol and come up with the best possible ideas in 5 minutes. Then I want you to spend full 25 minutes writing down that essay, and then in the end we will leave 10 minutes to edit. Okay, that is what we are gonna do exactly. Okay, done. So let us now move on. Let us now move ahead to the next set, which is the 5 examiner approved tips. So someone was asking that, sir, बताओ हमारे marks किस तरह कटते हैं? छोड़ो. The reasons the why they have to cut marks, that let's keep it aside. Let us look at 5 things that if you will do them, it's going to boost your score for sure. Okay, let us look at those 5 things. So first of all, do not repeat words in a paragraph. So this is very important whenever you're writing down your essay. In a paragraph, make sure that your words are not getting repeated. So let's say in body paragraph 1, if you have used the word, eat once, the next time you can use consume. Okay, in one paragraph, do not repeat a word. Words might repeat in like 2 paragraphs. That's okay. I think it's natural to happen. But at least in a paragraph, do not repeat a word. The reason behind that is it will boost your score in the lexical resource. It will show that you have a very diverse range of vocabulary. Second, use connectors appropriately. So the usage of connectors is basically, so I have made a video on it. In fact, I will be sharing the link of that video here. You guys can watch it later on. So someone was asking that, how do I generate, how to use connectors. So I'm going to share the link of the video here in the chat box. So copy it, paste it somewhere, and I will also share it in the WhatsApp group. So don't worry about it. You should refer to this particular, video in which I am talking about the different types of connectors, their usage, and how you end up using them. Okay. For now, look at me using the connectors, then watch this video. I give you my personal guarantee that you're not going to make a mistake in connectors. How? First, look at me using them. Then you go and watch this video. Do not watch the video and then look at me. Backwards always works. Always. If you want to learn about something, always do it backwards. That's going to be the best. Okay. That means on the go training कहते हैं ना जिसको कि बस घुस जाओ चीज में देखी जाएगी, right? Then you will learn about it. So backwards training always works. Next is grammatical range should be on point. So as far as grammatical range being on point is concerned, it means that you have to showcase to the examiner a different range of grammar. You have to showcase it to the examiner that you use different types of tools. I will be sharing, let me share a very nice formula with you. So just the way there is the formula of pestle, there's another formula that I want you to remember, which can help you boost your grammatical range. First of all, let's understand what's grammatical range. So grammatical range is basically your usage of different types of grammatical structures. So for example, we have simple sentences, then we have complex compound sentences, then we have complex sentences, and under complex sentences, we have, different types of complex sentences. For example, we have subordinating conjunctions. When we use them, we end up writing complex sentences. Then we have, conditional sentences. Then, for example, we have, subordinating clause. भाई बहुत कुछ simply है ना. मेरे को भी जब पहली बार the first time when I was looking at all of this, I was like, हैं आ की ਹੁੰਦਾ है ਤੇ ओ की ਹੁੰਦਾ है ਤੇ ऐदा की ਹੁੰਦਾ है ਤੇ ओदा की ਹੁੰਦਾ है, की बोली जा रहे हो. So let me help you how I help myself. Let me help you how I help myself. So at that time, I was, let's say that when I was coming to Canada, I was dating a girl whose name was Fabi. थोड़ा अजीब नाम है but चलो याद रखो, ठीक है? So I was dating this girl by the name of Fabi, and she did not want to come to Canada at all. बात हुई, मैंने बोला चलना है कितनी, नहीं है मेरा कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, भारत माता की जय, वंदे मातरम. ओके ग्रेट, नो वरीज. So I was like कि ठीक है, फैमिली को तो इंडिया ही रहना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो फैमिली इज गोना स्टे बैक इन इंडिया, सो I have to go, right? I had decided that I want to leave the country. So Fabi के साथ क्या होगा? She's gonna have to stay in India. So now what's Fabi in IND? Fabi is for, although, because, yet, and if, neither nor, despite of. Disclaimer, I haven't dated a girl ever in my life named Fabi. Okay, मैं शादीशुदा इंसान हूँ, अब एक अपना सुखी परिवार वाला. तो but to help you remember, एक फॉर्मूला बना है, Fabi in IND, for, although, because, yet, if, neither nor, despite of. Remember this, come on. For, although, because, yet, if, neither nor, despite of. 7 things. What I want you to do is ensure that you write at least one sentence using each. Do this and see your grammatical range go up. The reason behind that is, for, although, because, yet, these are known as subordinating conjunctions. If, when you use if, it becomes a conditional sentence. When you use neither nor, you end up using a coordinating conjunction. And when you use despite of, it basically means that you are using a subordinating clause. So, my dear friends, for, although, because, yet, subordinating conjunctions, if, neither nor, despite of, conditional sentence. Sorry, if conditional sentence, coordinating conjunction would be neither nor, and despite of would be subordinating clause. Pretty much, we are covering most of the complex grammatical tools that exist in the English language if we are doing this. Okay. So what I personally do is that whenever I'm sitting in the IELTS test, they give you a rough sheet of paper. On that rough sheet of paper, मैं लिख लेता हूँ Fabi का नाम, Fabi in IND. याद आती रहती है मेरे को उससे ना उसकी. So when I look at it, when it just keeps on, reminding me about it, that okay, I have to use Fabi in IND. I have to use for, I have to use although, I have to use because, I have to use yet. So it just keeps on giving you a constant reminder. And what you can do is, similarly, when you're sitting for your IELTS test, so write it down and keep referring to it. You have to keep looking at that sheet time and again, time and again, time and again. In fact, whenever you're practicing for your, at your home as well, wherever you sit and practice, write down Fabi in IND in front of yourself. Keep on looking at it. Write down a sentence using although, write down a sentence using because. Whenever you are about to write the next sentence in your essay, Fabi को देख लो. Although use कर सकता हूँ इसमें, कर लो. Okay, can I use because in the sentence? Yes, use it. Can I use yet in the sentence? Yes, right? So if you will do that, eventually you will be showcasing a very good grammatical range to the examiner. Okay, done. Moving on to the next tip, the next important tip, that is showcase usage of collocations. Now, collocations are something that a lot of students are not aware of what they mean, but usage of collocations can boost your score tremendously. Okay, so collocations adds a lot of style to your language. What's style? Style होता क्या है? चलो बताओ. Define style. आज मैं आपसे पूछता हूं in the chat, define style. भाई होता क्या style? Presentation, something unique, pattern of writing नहीं. Style बताओ मुझे. Normal style, day-to-day style. Way of presenting certain things, trend, natural way. Okay, makes a person stand out. Okay, perform करना नहीं के साथ perform करना थोड़ी in the style. Passion, all that, the way of living, uniqueness, impress, way to live. Okay, cool. So the beauty is exactly what got proved. For me, what I think is style has no definition. Style has no definition. Style can only be felt. There's a person in front of you, there's another person. You just know that one of the person is stylish. You cannot really tell, yaar, ye kyun stylish hai? If you will look at the clothes, they might be wearing the same, but at the same time, you will find one person to be stylish, one not, right? So style cannot be explained, but it can only be felt. Let me help you feel style, okay? I want to learn new skills. I want to acquire new skills. Which one is more stylish? Tell me. Out of these two sentences, which one is more stylish? Is it like I want to learn new skills or I want to acquire new skills? One or two? किसमें ज़्यादा सही है? Difference क्या है? क्या कोई difference है? Right? Learn and acquire, similar, right? Learn and acquire, they are synonyms pretty much. But why is the second one stylish? What's the reason? Right? The reason behind that is it's PESTHEL. मैंने उसके अंदर एक element H का डाल दिया है. But it's a nor word is short word, right? Doesn't matter, Rathmesh, doesn't matter. Do not get confused. Use it. Okay. Neither nor अलग चीज होती है. You can use them. किसने का short words नहीं use कर सकते? So that's the problem, right? A lot of, I mean, honestly speaking, let me be straightforward with you. Let me be 100% straightforward with you. If you have already enrolled somewhere for IELTS coaching, anywhere in the world, offline, online, etc., I am much of a skeptic, but 90% of them are frauds. Kuch nahi pata. If they have not talked about these things to you right now, till now, the parameters, the checklist, if they have not talked about grammatical range, if they have not talked about, how you can boost task response, etc., whatever you have paid there, consider it as a sunk cost. Ki mera paisa wo doob gaya hai. There's a sunk cost policy. What's that? I learned that here in university itself, that whenever we have invested our money somewhere, like let's say that, we have bought shares in the stock market for 1,000 rupees. We don't sell that share when we are going in a loss, because we think that, yaar, ye 1,000 rupees ka liya hai na, 1,000 to वापस हो जाए, मैं फिर बेचूं. That let me get the return out of it. But what happens is from 1,000, it's 900, 800, 700, 600, 500. With whom has that happened? Tell me. It has happened with me in cryptocurrency. Has it happened with you? That you invested some money and you kept on waiting, I get a return out of it and I will sell it only when I have, I reach the amount till which I have invested. And did you realize that what exactly happened is it just, kept on going down and down and down. And then did you feel that, यार मैं इससे अच्छा निकल के better stock में पैसा डाल लेता तो मैं return निकाल लेता? Have you felt that? Yes or no? Now, I know this is a session on IELTS, but I'm going to give you a very important life lesson today. Right? Awesome. Perfect. This, my dear friends, is known as sunk cost policy. Okay? We keep getting stuck. We keep getting stuck to our previous investment, trying to get a return out of it. But the correct thing is, consider it to be a sunk cost. Be aware that I am getting trapped in sunk cost policy. Get out of it. Think of what's next. Think of how you can reach your goal. Because when you will reach your goal, when you will finally be there where your goal is, right? Where you want to be, when you will be there, then what's going to happen is you will forget about that. अगर 1,000 रुपया लगाया वो 900 हो गया, 900 का बेच के अगली जगह 1,500 लगा लिया, क्या याद रहेगा? 1,500, right? Sorry, not a clause on stock market, but that is exactly how sunk cost policy works. So from where it came up, Prathmesh was mentioning about, that nor would be a short word. Now he must have heard it from maybe his IELTS coach. He must have heard it maybe from YouTube or somewhere. No problem, Prathmesh. Karo use. And for those of you who are taking coaching elsewhere, if they have not talked about all these things to you right now, it's a sunk cost. Move on. Maybe enroll with Preppy, maybe enroll elsewhere, wherever you find confidence. They're not going to help you crack IELTS. Trust me, wherever you are right now, if they have not talked about all those things. I'm not giving you fear or anything, but that's the truth. Okay. And remember sunk cost policy. You will remember it. You will remember me all your life. All your life, you will remember me for this. Okay, done. That's why I love teaching though. Okay, next is that, you have to use, oh, sorry. So collocations, right? So collocations are, for example, here we have, I want to learn new skills. Here we have, I want to acquire new skills. So learn plus skills, and then you have acquire plus skills. Learn plus skills, acquire plus skills. These are the two words here. This is an example of a collocation. When two words go together, that is when, we basically, when two words go well together naturally, they juxtapose well together. Juxtapose well means that they are, getting connected together well. They sound well together. That is what is known as your collocation. Okay. Now let me give you guys a gift. I have a gift for all of you. I haven't slept for a very long time last night. I slept for like 4 or 5 hours. And I was listening to AP Dillon songs last night. It's a stupid brain, right? Just give me a second, guys. I'm looking for the... yeah, there you go. Okay. So look at the screen. There is this PDF by the name of vocabulary.pdf. In vocabulary.pdf, we have a list of all these collocations. Abandon, abandon career, abandon convention, abandon effort, abandon tradition, right? Fulfill, fulfill ambition, fulfill criteria, fulfill demand. Then you have relieve anxiety, relieve boredom, relieve burden, relieve beauty, right? So relieve plus anxiety. So next time, don't say, I want to reduce my anxiety. Please help me with my anxiety. A better way is help me relieve my anxiety. Oh, सुनने में कितना अच्छा हो गया, right? Automatically Canada के PR हो गए आप इस English में बात करके. So recognize benefits. I know the benefits of this. I recognize the benefits of it. Automatically, it just sounds too better, right? Now, obviously, I know that this has like 21 pages. This PDF has 21 pages. And it's not humanly possible for you to remember all of them. But what you can do is pick up like 5 or 6 words, right? 5, 6 words on the left-hand side and remember some of them. Even if you remember 25, 30 and you end up using 2 or 3 of them in your actual, essay, it's going to boost your score. It's going to boost your score because collocations are not something that you will be, using in every sentence, perhaps twice or thrice in your essay. But if the examiner sees them, she is definitely going to give you a better score. Okay. If you remember, I was showing you guys the checklist, of how IELTS examiners evaluate you. Exactly under the parameter of lexical resource, they have this. The reason why I am telling you about this is because, yes, they are going to look for it. Awareness of style and collocation, as clearly mentioned here. Cool. Okay, done. Moving on to the next parameter, which is, moving on to the next tip, which is use referencing and substitution words. Okay. But I think I know the question that you have. Sir, PDF to bolli de do. Right, so here's the PDF. Also, there are some other PDFs in this Google Drive folder. So you have this PDF which has some basic synonyms. So I told you that you do not have to repeat words in a paragraph. Use this PDF to find synonyms of common words. This is a book for those candidates who are not confident about their grammar for IELTS. If you are dedicated, if you are hardworking, first of all, grammar, if you do not have a very good command of grammar, you can still crack the test. Grammar is just one component of it. There are a lot of other components where you can do well and crack the test. But let's say that you are not very confident about your grammar. Solve this book. Stop crying about your grammar. I get a lot of messages. Sir, my grammar is not good. Will I be able to crack IELTS? My grammar is not good. Will I be able to crack IELTS? The right question that you have to ask me and the right question that you have to ask yourself is, sir, my grammar is not good. How do I improve it? Simple. Sir, my grammar is not good. How do I improve it? Ask yourself that. Only then you're going to get the ideas on how do you improve it. Okay, you have to be transparent to yourself. Only then you will be able to grow or learn anything new in life. So these are the 3 PDFs that you can refer to. This one has a lot of collocations. This one has common synonyms. This one has some tips and tricks for the IELTS test. If you're one of them who has your test in like the next 15-20 days, then you can refer to these basically this PDF, and it can give you some good last minute tips for listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And this one has synonyms. Okay, so I have a question for all of you. When do you have your test? So write down if you have your test in the next 7 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever it is, write it down. 11th Feb, write down days, please. Do not write the date. It's going to be easier for me if you write down the days. I'm going to share the PDF link in a while. Okay. Awesome. So what I see is most of you have your test in the next 10 to 20 days. Guys, this is the most important time. Trust me, even if you have a test in the next 10-20 days, this is the most important time you can change your destiny right now. आप अगले 15 दिनों में 10 दिनों में सारा कुछ सीख के बहुत बढ़िया स्कोर ले सकते हैं. I'm telling it to you with my experience. And yes, you can do well. Okay. So I am sharing the link of the Google Drive folder in the chat box. It has been shared. And those students who have your test in the next 3, 4, 5 days, I hope that this session turned out to be a great, reflection about yourself, where you are, and it gave you some last minute tips of how you can improve from there. But overall, refer to this, session again if you want to before the test. But I have also shared the Google Drive link in the chat box. You can refer to it, go through it, and we are pretty much good to go. Okay, so the Google Drive link has been shared. All right, the last point is use referencing and substitution word. Now, as far as referencing and substitution is concerned, using referencing and substitution is concerned, so it is all about what if I write like this? Harit is taking a webinar. Harit needs a haircut. Harit is wearing a camo sweatshirt. Harit is sitting on his chair. Now let's read it. Harit is taking a webinar. Harit needs a haircut. Harit is wearing a camouflage sweatshirt. Harit is sitting on the chair, right? Thoda अजीब नहीं लग रहा है, little self-obsessive as well. So the correct way is Harit is taking a webinar. He needs a haircut, and he is wearing a camouflage sweatshirt while sitting on the chair. Now, what does he refer to? He refers to Harit, right? In here, he also refers to Harit. So substitution and referencing is this. Rather than repeating the noun or the thing again and again and again, write down a word which is a replacement of that word. All right. Another example. Harit has a blue shirt and a red shirt. He likes to wear the red shirt when starting a batch and the blue shirt when eating out, right? Now let's change this. Harit has a blue shirt and a red shirt. He likes to wear the latter. Latter is the second option in the list. So this has like blue and a red shirt. Latter would be the second one, which is the red shirt, and the former when eating out. And the former when eating out. So Harit has a blue shirt and a red shirt. He likes to wear the latter when starting a batch and the former when eating out. Former and latter. Former and latter, they also refer to the substitution and referencing words. Okay, I'm sorry for the typos today because I'm using a new keyboard actually, so I'm not very familiar with this right now. It's going to take me like a week or so, then I will be comfortable typing on it. Okay, so formal and lattice substitution and referencing words. Moving on to the, just a quick summary. So we have the following 5 points. Number 1, do not repeat words in a paragraph. Use connectors appropriately. For connectors, I've shared a video with all of you in the chat box. I will just share it again because I'm sure that, in so many chat messages, it might have got lost. So I'm sharing this here in the, sorry, this kuch aur share ho gaya. Okay, so I'm sharing it in the chat box. Here you go. And moving back. Third is grammatical range should be on point. For that, remember my ex-girlfriend, family in IND, follow the because yet, if neither nor despite of. Then is showcase usage of collocations. For collocations, I have shared a Google Drive link with you, a PDF that you can refer to. And finally, use referencing and substitution words. And these 5 points, these 5 tips will eventually help you in moving on and writing a better essay for yourself. Okay. All righty. So let us now move on to writing down the essay. So we have learned everything now, essay ideas generation, how to structure it, what are the qualitative things that you have to take care of. Now let's apply all of that to writing down the essay. And let us start it with the introduction paragraph. Now, the introduction paragraph will start with a general statement, and the general statement is going to be like a hook line or, a line that starts the discussion, that starts the, overall discussion. Now, what's a general statement? Let's just talk about what's a general statement otherwise. A general statement is going to be a sentence that will just introduce the topic. It's just going to introduce the topic. When I say introducing the topic, let's say right now the topic is on what? The topic is on internet bringing people together or, pushing them away. So what's the main topic? The topic is internet. The general statement would be as simple as, I'm starting to write the essay now, so please focus on the screen. Internet is one of the most revolutionary human inventions that exist. Internet is one of the most revolutionary human inventions that exist. This is just a hook line. This is just a general sentence, a general statement. This sentence is not answering anything about whether internet has brought people together or has pushed them away. This sentence is there just to introduce the topic, right? Let's say if you have a question on buying a home or renting a home, you can simply talk about real estate is one of the most emotional investments that a man makes. So internet is one of the most revolutionary human inventions that exist. A simple general sentence. Come on, can you give me another general sentence on internet? Give me another general sentence on internet in the chat box. I will tell who all are thinking right, who all are thinking wrong, who all are trying to basically write down better, or who are where, right? Write it down. Come on. Internet has changed lives in many ways. Very good, Ashok. Good one. Good to know that, Vineet. Internet. So Vineet is saying, to be honest, I've been searching for this kind of class for IELTS. For that, I have attended 5-6 demo classes, but none of them have taught me this. Great, Vineet. Thank you so much for that. So I will be sharing the details about our course and once we have done with the essay. So then you can enroll into the classes. Welcome on board. Internet has become a contentious topic. Okay. I would recommend you to use something that's not very neutral, but okay, I will be fine. Evolution of internet, Mukesh, no, you need to improve this. Internet is an essential part of our life. Okay, that's good. In the contemporary era, the internet has placed a lot. Good. Internet is a source of, okay, cool. Internet is a major factor in globalization. Okay, Ayushi, better way would be the internet has played a major role in globalization. Internet makes our life easier with effectiveness. Okay, individuals depend on the internet nowadays. Good. Internet things bring skyrocketing change in today's life. Perfect, beautiful, बढ़िया, मजा आ गया. right? Most of you are doing well. So the general sentence is just going to be a sentence on the topic that will just introduce the topic. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Now the next sentence according to our structure is rewriting the question prompt. What's the question prompt? The question prompt, sorry for that. The question prompt is this. Some people think that developments involving the internet have brought people together, while others think that communities have become more isolated. Okay, so let's write it down. Internet is one of the most revolutionary human inventions that exist. Some individuals believe that the web has played a role in bringing people together, while others opine that it has in fact pushed them away from each other. Okay, so read this sentence. Some individuals believe that the web has played a role in bringing people together, while others opine that it has in fact pushed them away from each other, not each other, from each other. Okay, so look at this. Don't they mean the same? Some people think that developments involving the internet have brought people together, while others think that people and communities have become more isolated, right? Now look, read our sentence. Some individuals believe that the web has played a role in bringing people together, while others find that it has in fact pushed them away from each other. So this is known as paraphrasing, that you rewrite the question statement in your own words. But I want to tell you one thing, guys, it takes time to learn it. I think that, in our course, we spend one class just on paraphrasing, 2 hours dedicated just to paraphrasing. It takes that much time. If you are like, how was I able to do that? It's practice. You will practice. Even if you have 10-15 days, you can still reach this level and paraphrase it up to this level. Very easy, nothing difficult, just practicing using the right technique and the right technology, strategy. Okay, done. Then finally, the third sentence of the introduction is gonna be outline statement with/without thesis. How are you going to write the outline statement? So the outline statement can be written like this. First of all, what's an outline sentence? An outline sentence just tells the reader of the essay what's going to happen in this essay. Is essay mein hoga kya? So this essay will talk about, or this essay will discuss both these views. This essay will discuss both these views. This is the outline sentence. मैंने बता दिया that this essay will discuss both these views. What can be another, outline sentence? This essay completely agrees with the former view. This essay completely disagrees with the former view, or this essay will substantiate why the former view is better. All those are basically to, show and highlight that how you are basically, this essay will discuss both these views. This essay will discuss both these views and describe why the former holds true, right? So this is my way of saying that, in my opinion, internet has brought people together. This is my thesis. ये जो है ना, why the former holds true, this is my thesis and this is my outline sentence. This essay will discuss both these views and this is my opinion, my view. You can also rewrite it like this, that this essay will discuss both these views and in my opinion, internet has actually brought people together. But as I told you, we have to use referencing language and substitution language. So I am using former and latter. Okay, I am using former and latter. अब यहाँ पर कहीं पर Fabi and IND लिख लेते हैं because we will be using them a lot. Okay. All right. Done. Moving on to the body paragraph 1. Now, as far as the body paragraph 1 is concerned, it's going to start with the headline sentence. And how will the headline sentence start? So the headline sentence will basically be, the headline sentence is going to start with a sentence that just introduces what's going to happen in this paragraph. Now we are starting the body paragraph 1. Chalo, let's remember the news headlines. What happens in a news headline, right? A girl, or let's say, a child got kidnapped late in the evening. A child got kidnapped late in the evening, right? This is the headline. And then there's the whole news that, a child was playing cricket in a park. Someone came, gave him something. He got, kidnapped. Then there's the whole news. So the headline is just what's going to happen in this essay, in this paragraph. I'm sorry for that fumble. What's going to happen in this paragraph? So there are multiple reasons why, or there are multiple reasons why people believe, or why, or there are multiple reasons why internet has connected people well, right? So there are multiple reasons why internet has connected people well, or internet has connected the world. Connected the world in a positive way. So there are multiple reasons why internet has connected the world in a positive way. Done. So how is it gonna, what's gonna be the next sentence? The next sentence is gonna be a discourse marker. What's a discourse marker? I have given you a video. You have to watch it. It will help you understand what a discourse marker is. The reason why I'm not covering it right now, because when you will watch that video, it will give you that, aha moment in your mind that, oh, ye baat ho rahi thi, right? Okay. And you will remember it then. To begin with, this is basically a discourse marker. Watch the video, you will understand what is it. To begin with, what's our idea number 1? The idea number 1, we wrote, right? Remote jobs have helped individuals build people-to-people relations internationally. Let's copy it and paste it. To begin with, remote jobs have helped individuals build people-to-people relations internationally. This is my point. What comes after point? According to our formula, what comes after point? Tell me. Explanation. Very good, right? Now we will explain this. We actually wrote its explanation already. So, okay, no, we haven't written it. All right. So, to begin with, remote jobs have helped individuals build people-to-people relations internationally, right? While working over the web, colleagues get to interact with others who might be sitting in a different country. Now I am going to write what point is done, explanation is done. Now I will write an example. For example, the people who work in IT sector have colleagues from different, or have friends from all different parts of the world. Okay, so to begin with, remote jobs have helped individuals build people-to-people connections internationally. While working over the web, colleagues get to interact with others who might be sitting in a different country. For example, the people who work in IT sector are friends from all the different parts of the world. Okay, so internet has brought people together is point, Setu. Okay, now This is my point. Remember the structure point. Sorry, this is the point, one that is highlighted right now. This is the explanation. And finally, this is the evidence or the example. Next is gonna be a connector. And the connector that I will use here is moreover. Watch the video that I have shared. It will help you understand why I'm using it. Moreover, what's the second point? The second point was that social media and VoIP have made it easier to stay connected to loved ones. Moreover, social media and VoIP apps have made it easier to stay connected to loved ones, right? What's going to be an explanation? It has become convenient to see your friends or family members on a screen just by the tap of a button, right? It has become convenient to see your friends or family members on a screen just by the tap of a button. Done. Now, what can be an example? What can be an evidence? An evidence can be a lot of long distance marriages and relationships have been saved because of constant communication on these platforms. Okay, I will actually give you an example. So I am filing for my spouse's permanent residency to Canada. So she's in India right now. And, when I have to do that, I have to give the immigration officers proof that we talk. So we had to attach screenshots from our chats that were embarrassing. I must say that some of them were quite embarrassing. We had to attach screenshots of our FaceTime calls when we are talking about FaceTime, screenshot. So embarrassing, so weird. We have to show that how much we talk every day. So it has brought us together, right? End of the day, I am sitting here right now. She's in India, but we talk every day and things are, touch wood, okay? So internet has brought us together. Internet has, in fact, we met on the internet as well. That's a separate story, but, internet has brought us together. So that's how our point that internet has actually brought together, internet is bringing people together, gets an evidence, okay? Now, the last sentence of this body paragraph is going to be a closing. The last sentence is going to be a closing sentence, and the closing sentence is going to be more or less and a paraphrase of the headline sentence. So these factors substantiate that the virtual world is actually contributing in nurturing human relations, human connections. Okay. See, guys, my vocabulary is obviously going to be a little better. The way I frame sentences would be a little better because this is my job, right? As simple as that. This is what I do every day. This is what I do every single hour in my life. So it's going to be obviously, better. But try to take inspiration. I know that, coming up with a sentence like this might not be possible for you as a beginner. Even I couldn't do it when I started. It takes time to get there. You don't even have to get here till the time you want to teach for IELTS as well. But otherwise, take inspiration on how the sentences are to be framed. And while you're in the classes, you will eventually get better from where you are. That's for sure. All right. Next is body paragraph 2. It's going to start with the headline sentence yet again. And I'm going to start it like this. However, there are some factors due to which the world... Okay, can you give me a synonym of internet? Can you give me a synonym of internet? Web. Okay, no, something that we haven't used before. Cyberspace. Good. Thank you so much. Who is it? किसने शेयर किया ये? It is. I take the name Nitish. Good. Nitish Salhotra. Good one. Salhotra. Malhotra the बहुत सुने. Salhotra. Nice. Okay. So, however, there are some factors due to which the cyberspace is actually contributing to making the world making the society isolated. Firstly, this is a discourse marker. Firstly, what's my idea one? Why it is happening? People don't socialize because they are happy scrolling the screen all day. Firstly, people don't socialize because they are happy scrolling the screen all day. Individuals are, or they are getting addicted, although it is fun for them, they are getting addicted, and it can lead to mental health issues in the future. What can be an example? An example can be, for instance, a lot of people witnessed social anxiety after the COVID lockdowns because they spent all day on the internet with okay, after the COVID lockdowns. That's it. We can just end it there. It's self-explanatory. For instance, a lot of people witnessed social anxiety after the COVID lockdowns, right? Honestly, when the COVID lockdown ended, meeting friends was like, कैसे करना होता है भूल गए क्या होता था क्या हेलो कैसे करते हैं, right? So there was a lot of stuff going on. Okay, although it is fun for them, they are getting addicted and can lead to mental health issues in the future. For instance, a lot of people witness social anxiety after the COVID lockdowns. Secondly, what's the second point? It's gonna be secondly, since a lot of jobs are becoming remote, people don't interact with colleagues. Okay. Secondly, colleagues do not get to interact with or do not get to talk to each other and build friendly connections when working from home over the web, right? When in an office, individuals, or when in an office, men and women interact, men and women talk to each other and build good connections that might even last a lifetime. But it is not to be seen since individuals have been working over the web. Right? So कुलीग से मिल ही नहीं रहे, बात ही नहीं हो रही, कौन कैसा है क्या किसकी लाइफ में चल रहा है, राइट? कोई as such connections नहीं बिल्ड हो रहे. Getting in what's happening, it's basically making everyone isolated. अपने केव में सब काम कर रहे हैं, करते जा रहे हैं. Okay, done. Next is a closing sentence. So just the way there was a closing sentence in the body paragraph 1, there will be a closing sentence in the body paragraph 2 as well. And the closing sentence can be, hence Hence, these factors have, or hence the internet, or let's use a, hence the online world is actually making the world lonely. Okay, it's making the world lonely. Done. Moving on to the last paragraph, which is the conclusion. To conclude, this essay has discussed why the internet has, to conclude, this essay has discussed why the internet has brought people together as well as pushed them away. Okay, it's time to wake up. Very important point. This is where you have to write your opinion. The essay questionnaire has asked us, discuss both views and give your opinion. Now we have to write our opinion. And what's our opinion? That, why it has actually brought people together. However, having said that, I can use that. Having said that, in my opinion, the contribution of the internet to keep the world connected has been immense. It has nurtured human relationships and has helped build new ones. Okay. So it has nurtured human relationships and it has helped build new ones. That, my dear friends, is how you write an essay. If I was an IELTS examiner, I would give this essay a 7.5. I will not be giving it an 8. For 8, I will have to put in some more effort. But overall, I can confidently say that this is a 7.5 band essay. Okay. But yes, writing a 7.5 band essay with a 9 band letter can maybe get me an 8 band score. That is something that I have scored once. But overall, this is a 7.5 band essay. I will just unzoom so that if you want to take a screenshot, you can of the whole essay. Take it. And you can refer to it later on. Okay. I know this is more than 300 words, but my habit is to write more. If you do not want to write that much, that's okay. You can change it. But I know that I can write 300 words in 25 minutes. In fact, we must have used less than that. So I just stick to that. Okay, so it has been 2 hours since we have been talking, discussing. What do you feel right now? Write down your feeling. What do you feel right now? Let's relax. Let's just now sit back, relax. Then I will be discussing about our online classes. I will share the details of that. But for now, I just want you to feel relaxed. Okay. So who's tired? Someone's tired. Sorry, I know the Abhijit, the session gets long and it can get tired, right? Educated. Okay, awesome. Increase language skills. Awesome. Confidence. Not that tough. Brilliant. Very good. I wanted to hear that. Confident and not. It was enlightened. Enlightenment बहुत मुश्किल चीज है. But chalo, if you say so. So feeling confident and exactly on track, but confident. Sir, I have to join our online classes. Great. I will share the details now. Learned, satisfied. Great. Perfect. If this is mark 7 point, what's written right? I don't know. If this is marked 7.5, not sure. Now let's crack the writing part. Yeah. Awesome. Great. Okay, what is 7788 band? So 77 Digvijay, so when you are applying for a permanent residency of Canada, getting 8777 gives you some extra points. And like if you're applying for a PR of Canada, you're not getting 8777. That means you're not getting the PR. You will never be able to reach the points threshold without that IELTS score. In fact, it is not even 8777. You have to get CLB 10. Okay. All those of you who are planning to come to Canada on a study visa, remember that the PR is getting very tough, very tough. They are going to give only 8 lakh PRs in the next 3 years, and there are 12 lakh students here already in the last 2-3 years. In the next 3 years, there must be more. It's going to get tough, it's going to get difficult. And those of you who are planning to apply for the PR directly, you're competing with the people who are basically already based out in Canada. They have extra points for their work experience. Here, they have extra points for their studies. IELTS is the only way where you can boost your score. IELTS is the only way how you can actually, boost your score to maybe a CLB 10 as compared to 8777 to boost it. But this is a discussion that we will have next week. So, maybe over the next week in the WhatsApp groups itself, I will meet you guys for 1 hour, discuss your immigration plans and everything. Those of you who don't know, I offer personalized educational consulting as well, but I don't deal with the students who just want a visa. If you are one of them who wants to come to Canada, US, UK, anywhere for a better career, talk to me. There are people, sir, instead of Canada, Ponchado, I will not deal with you. I'm not interested in dealing with you. There are thousands of immigration consultants in India. मिल लो उनको जाके, वो जो उन्होंने करना आपके साथ कर देंगे. If you are someone who is sincere about your career, if you are someone who wants to come to Canada for a better life, for a better job, for better prospects for yourself, I offer personalized educational consulting. It's not free. I charge for that, but I will let you know about it later on. Maybe, you will get to know about it next week. But for now, let us understand and let us, just reflect upon whatever we have learned. So we have learned about how you can actually generate ideas for your essay. What's the structure? What are the things that the IELTS examiners are going to look for? Some tips. And then finally, we have written an essay. Okay. Now I have a question to those students who have been taking coaching already, who have been taking classes already somewhere, right? So did you guys learn new stuff? Did you guys learn new stuff? Great, perfect, right? And those students who are not taking coaching, but are planning to take it, do you guys feel that that Preppy IELTS can help you? Yeah, great, perfect, done. So let me share the details about the classes. Let me just share the details about the classes that we offer. Okay, so first of all, wake up, time to wake up. Let me introduce you to the world's best system for IELTS. I can claim it today. Okay, so the impeccable system for IELTS, first of all, it's going to include daily live classes for you. In the daily live classes, you will have basically 1.5 hours of live class every single day. And in these live classes, we will be covering one topic at a time. So in 1.5 hours, we will not be covering listening, reading, writing, and speaking, all of them. We will only be covering one module for say 7 days, 8 days, one module for 8-9 days, etc. Right? We will be giving you some daily homework and practice. IELTS is one such test, which is a skills-based test. So till the time you're not practicing regularly, there's no point. We are just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. You are wasting our time. If you're not practicing, it's just a waste. So it's important to practice. We will be giving you daily homework, daily practice that you have to follow. Third is that you have recordings that you can revise anytime, right? So the live classes will be getting recorded, and their recordings will be available with you on our learning portal that you can access anytime. And then you have one-to-one review sessions on the course. So once you're done with the classes, once you've practiced, once you've watched the recordings, we offer you one-to-one review sessions as well, in which we, personally coach you. So the classes are happening in a group. The group classes are basically, the daily life classes, but we give you one-to-one support and attention as well. Another thing, in a class, there won't be more than 40 to 45 students. Right now, there were 800 students in this session when we started. Right now, there are 323. That happens. But what happens is that in the classes, there will only be 40 to 45 students. So each and every student gets to interact with the trainer, gets to, gets their queries addressed. So that's how it happens, right? And we include the most comprehensive study material package with the course. Now you must be thinking that, sir, itna zyada study material online available hai, why should I be bothered with your study material? If you can notice that this material, like so there's a paradox of choice here. There are like terabytes and terabytes of material, but kya wo padhna zaruri hai? No. Focus on the things that are important. I knew that you won't be aware of collocations. We shared stuff with you about collocations. So we will be sharing very selective material with you, maybe 2 pages, but those 2 pages will add value. Maybe those just 3 sheets of paper, but those 3 sheets of paper will add immense value when you will be taking the test. Okay, so that is what the purpose of the study material is. We have 3 batch timings: 11 a.m. in the morning to 12:30 p.m. in the noon, 7 p.m. in the evening to 8:30 p.m. in the night, in the evening, late evening, and 10:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the night. Okay, so we have 3 batches for you. When you enroll into our course, listen to me carefully. When you enroll into our course, you can attend all the batches. You will get links to all the batches. You can attend all the batches. There's no limit on that. But why should you attend more than one batch? If you have your test date soon. So let's say if your test is in 15 days, right? Our course takes 35 days to finish. If your test is in 15 days, attend any 2 batches and you will be able to finish everything in 15 days. If you have your test in say 10 days, attend all the 3 batches. And if you're not available to attend 11 a.m. to 12:30, let's say you're at your office, you can watch the recording of this batch and you can attend these 2 batches live. Right? So all those customizations can happen according to your personal circumstances, needs, and requirements. Do not worry about it. But we will have 3 batches, and in all the 3 batches, we will have a different module running. Next is that all the modules will be covered: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. We do not offer classes only for writing or only for reading, etc. You have to enroll into the full course. You have to cover everything from scratch: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Regular intensive live classes, 5 days a week. So classes will be off over the weekends. 5 days a week, you will have your classes. 96 practice tests are included for listening, reading, and writing. Then you have one-to-one speaking mock tests included in the course, and you can get your unlimited essays checked for a month. So like when you enroll with us for the next 30 days, you can get as many essays as you want checked. But we recommend that only you start getting your essays checked once you have completed your writing classes with us. Because other than that, there's no improvement that's happening. Study material will be shared with you. So study material would be a part of the course, obviously. Then you have the IELTS examiners checklist. The IELTS examiners checklist will be shared with you for writing as well as speaking, the one that I was showing you before. And the classes will be running for 35 days, 1.5 hours every day. So total 50 hours. And please note that one batch runs for 35 days. If it's 2 batches, it's 35 divided by 2. If it's 3 batches, it's 35 divided by 3. Okay, based on that, you can finish your course. Okay, moving on to the fee. Right, sir, paisa kitna loge? Baatein to kar li badi badi. How much are you going to charge? The fee, originally the fee for the course is rupees 7,999. But if you notice something, when we started this session, we had 720 people. Right now, we have 291 people. And that's the story everywhere. So many people want to do something, then eventually people just fade out. But you guys, the 290 people who are in the session right now, you guys are special. Why? Because you guys have put in your effort. यार मुश्किल Sunday को शाम को 2 घंटे Zoom के ऊपर क्लास लगा रहे हो ना आप लोग, right? That means that you guys are serious about your life. That means you are serious about your goals. And I want to work with people like you. I want to work with candidates only and only like you. That is why we do not tell about our course before the webinar. I don't want those people जो जा चुके हैं ना कि जो time pass करने आए थे अपना यहाँ पर. I don't want them. I want to work with you. Why? Because when you guys enroll into the course, you guys get connected and you guys eventually work together towards your success. So you guys are also building a very good network of hardworking, dedicated people. Okay, it's a beautiful feeling. Trust me over this. Now, for the first few students who will be enrolling now after the after I announce the discount, there's a special discount, special bonus for all of you, the ones who are in the webinar till now. So for the first 50 enrollments, there are 300 people in the room right now. 50 is not a big number to ask. For the first 50 enrollments, the fee for IELTS GT is going to be rupees 5,999. So instead of rupees 7,999, you will be paying rupees 5,999. And for the IELTS academic students, a student discount applies and the fee is going to be rupees 3,999. Okay, so the fee for IELTS academic students is going to be 3,999. Another reason why the fee for IELTS academic students is less is because the target score for IELTS academic is not as high as IELTS GT. We have a dedicated team of trainers working with IELTS GT students with way higher, we like the effort that goes is way higher for IELTS GT as compared to IELTS academic, and it becomes easier for the IELTS academic students to afford 3,999 as compared to 5,999. So, but this will only and only be for 50 slots, nothing more than that. If you will ask for us even tomorrow, the fee will be rupees 5,999. Writing evaluations, unlimited for 2 months. For you guys only, the ones who are in the webinar till now. So you will get writing evaluations for 2 months, and you will get 6 extra one-to-one speaking mock tests. Okay, the students who enroll regularly get 3, but the students who have attended the webinar till the end get 6 one-to-one speaking mock tests. Just in case you're not able to score your desired band score in the attempt after you have enrolled with us. So let's say that you enroll with us, after 15 days, you do not get your desired score. You get to repeat the classes free of cost. You can repeat the classes free of cost. No extra charges will be taken from you. The batches for GT and academic are separate, needs are separate, so batches are separate. And the recording access will be available for 6 months. So the class recordings will be available with you for 6 months. Okay, so these are the bonuses, these are the discounts for you guys, specifically you. And I am now sharing the details on how you can enroll into the course right now to reserve a slot for yourself. Okay, so I am sharing the payment link in the chat box. There are 2 payment links. One is for IELTS GT, one is for IELTS academic. So if I click the IELTS GT link, or say I click the IELTS academic link, so here you have to enter your name. So let's say that your name is Athira Nair. Your email is athira@gmail.com. Please enter your WhatsApp number because we will be creating a WhatsApp group of yours. This WhatsApp group will be created tomorrow by 4 p.m. As it is mentioned on the payment page, after you enroll, our counselor will get in touch with you by 4 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. So by tomorrow, 4 p.m., a WhatsApp group will be created. And in that WhatsApp group, we will have, all of you and, the trainers, and you will be having your orientation class tomorrow, and your batch will start from Tuesday. Okay. Sorry, not from Tuesday, from tomorrow itself, your batch will start, but you have to, just enter your WhatsApp number so that we can get in touch with you. Choose your preferred batch timing. So let's say this is going to be your primary batch. You will get the links for all the batches, but the reason why we want you to choose a preferred batches so that if we see that there are a lot of students in 7 p.m., then we can, divide the batch, or, we can make sure that the experience for you is a comfortable one. Okay. Then you click on pay. When you will click on pay, you have the option of paying through all the different payment options. You can pay through card, UPI, Paytm, Lazy Pay, all the options that are there. So just, choose and make the payment accordingly. If you want to pay through EMI, you can pay through EMI as well, your choice, but you will need to have a credit card for that. Okay. So make the payment, and with this, you will basically be enrolled into our course and your slot will be reserved straight away. And then by tomorrow 4 p.m. you will be added to a WhatsApp group where all the further details will be shared with you. And we use Razorpay as a payment gateway, which basically is the securest payment gateway, and we are a Razorpay trusted business. So that means that we have been working with them since like many years, and you can count on us for that. For your money is safe, basically. I know making a payment online and all those things, there are some fees attached to it, but you don't worry, you are in safe hands. All right, now, is there any doubt, any query that you have related to the course, related to anything? Then let's, just address them in the chat box now, and then we will wrap up the session for today before we meet again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Okay, so the enrollment link has been shared again. I will keep on sharing it time and again, but for any question, for any query, I am opening the chat now. Okay. I will keep on sharing the link so that you don't have to scroll up to find them. But if you have any query, tell me. Okay, mobile number. Oh yeah, so my mobile done with the payment. Great, Sandeep. Welcome on board. So yes, the mobile number on the payment page is my WhatsApp number where you can reach out. Okay. If you open the payment page, 8264649444, it's mentioned on the payment page itself. You can reach out to me there. And I've shared the link to the payment page again. Let me address the queries. Your mobile number shared it. I have to score 7788. Great, Dikvijay. So for IELTS GT 8777, I can tell you that PrepEve has the maximum number of results across the globe. If you just go on our YouTube channel and look for all the results, they all are the candidates who have managed to score 8777 with the course, with the same product, with the same course that you're going to enroll into. You can refer to them, you can take inspiration from them and enroll into the classes and get started. Take benefit of the discount, otherwise you will have to pay 7999. So if I only want to attend the reading module, Abhijit, sorry, we don't offer that. You have to enroll into our full course because honestly, why do you want to risk it, right? Consider listening, reading, and speaking to be a revision for yourself. For PhD, which IELTS? So, Piyusha, you have to use the IELTS academic link. If you want to go for a PhD, you have to take IELTS academic. Okay. Can I enroll later too? Yeah, you can, Shaheen, of course, but end of the day, the discount is not going to be available. It is for limited number of slots only. Ayushi is asking just one speaking mock test. Sorry, we don't allow that, Ayushi. You will have to enroll into the full course. That's the minimum product that we offer. Okay, guys, any other doubts? Keep posting them in the chat box. I will keep on answering. Oh, sorry. Now the chat is open. Yeah. Sir, please send these links on WhatsApp group. Sure, I will be send it. Sir, can we diplomatic while giving our opinion? Yes, you can. You can simply say that, you agree 50-50. Sir, I have exam on 11th of Feb. Karan, so you have an exam on 11th of Feb. You can enroll into the course and attend all the 3 batches. Before 11th, you will be done with everything. So that is, how we can support you. But otherwise, there is no concession because everything is going to be the same. September intake, when should we write? You should have written the test already, Salman, for September intake. If I tell you the colleges have started closing already, so it's the time that you take your IELTS test in the next 15-20 days. Get back to us if you want us to help you with the applications. Otherwise, you should just get it done. In PESTEL, H means health. Yes. What is the difference between IELTS GT and academic? So IELTS GT is used for immigration purposes like your permanent residency or work permit. And if you are planning to study abroad, if you are planning to study in, Canada, UK, US, anywhere, then you have to basically, apply for IELTS academic. What is IELTS UKVI? IELTS UKVI is basically for your, if you want to go to the UK, so they have a specific test. It's the same as normal IELTS, no difference. Everything is same. I don't know why they call it different. I have an exam on 11th Feb. Can be able to complete? Yes, Purnima, easily. Can you explain the tech angle? The system is not showing discounted amount for academic. Meeta, you have to use this link. So I have shared 2 links. One link is, I'll just share it again. Wait. Meeta, I've shared the link. Please make a video on read any chance of PR on 481. Riddhi, strong chance. I think within 2 months or 1.5 months because the last draw was 490. 481 is not far. Can I get work permit from India as well? No. Stay away from all that fraud. Till the time you're not getting an LMIA supported job offer, which is very, very, very hard to get. Sitting there in India, you might be thinking that, okay, I might get an LMIA easily, but no, it does not happen. Consult us. Sanjita, my partner, is a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. You can talk to her. Prachi, but stay away from it. Work permit के नाम पे fraud हो रहा है इंडिया में और कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. दूर रहना उससे. Sir, please conduct tomorrow session at 7. Sorry, I have a class tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I will be, taking the session here from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and then leave for my class. So sorry. So Duolingo or PTE are available here. No, this class is only going to be for IELTS. Prerequisite level of English. Prashant, if you were able to understand everything that I mentioned today, if you were comfortable in, understanding me, comprehending me, then you already have the prerequisite level of English. That's what I can tell you. So I'm trying for Canada. Is it Canada PR? Is it difficult to get? I can answer that question based on your profile. Enroll into the course, start with the IELTS preparation. Anyway, you have to take it, Amreen. And then, we will give you a one-to-one consultation on your immigration plans as well. In which tense should we use throughout the writing? So there is no rule about the tense that you should be using, honestly, because based on the question, based on the sentence, the tense can change, right? Sorry. So it's not that, you have to you have to use the same tense all over the whole essay. It's not like that. So you can simply, based on the, paragraph, based on what you're talking about, the tense is going to change. Okay, any other doubt, any other query? Yes, sure, Afreen. If you want to take benefit of the discount, you can pay right now. And tomorrow, when the counselor gets in touch with you, you can tell her that you want to start the classes later on. Are we done for the day? Yes, we are done for the day. Okay, cool. Great. Purnima has enrolled. Great. Welcome on board, Purnima. When is the last date for September intake? For different colleges, it's different. So yeah, for HCPC application, you have to take the IELTS Academic UKVI and you have to get 6.5 each and overall 7 for the physiotherapy course, right, in UK. So yeah, it's in fact a very, very, very good way to, move as a physiotherapist. I've had a lot of students who have been physiotherapists and who have moved. How much IELTS required Canada PR for working professional? You need 8777 or more, 8 in listening, 7 in reading, 7 in writing, 7 in speaking, and more. I have my exam on Feb 4th. What do you suggest? Akash, you don't have a lot of time. I would recommend you to enroll into the course, but if you enroll, we can give you the recordings of our previous batch. You can watch them, and if you do not get your desired score on Feb 4th, we can allow you to repeat the classes. Okay. So how can I connect with your team members? So I've shared my number itself. You can drop a message to me on this number directly. Okay, I've shared that. I have IELTS on February. It is portable. Yes, Bhavna, attend all the batches, watch recordings of a previous batch. You should be able to attend it. You should be able to complete everything. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you so much for your great response that you have shown today. It was wonderful. And I will be seeing you again tomorrow at 5 p.m. when we will be covering IELTS speaking with you. So for IELTS speaking, I have some strategies for part 1 as well as part 2 as well as part 3 that will help you in getting a hold of these. So the link will be shared shortly before you wake up. The link will be shared in the WhatsApp groups and in the SMS as well. So see you all at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care and have a great night ahead. Bye-bye.